Pay close attention, because what you're about to experience holds immense power and urgency. If you're seeing this now, it's no coincidence. The hand of the Almighty is extending a personal invitation to you, marking you as one set apart to shed your former identity and step into an elevated experience. This is not simply a farewell to the temporal. It is a divine summons to rise beyond what you've known. The answers to your deepest prayers, the fulfillment of long-held hopes, are no longer distant dreams. They are unfolding in this very moment. You are on the brink of surpassing every boundary you've previously accepted. Your inner being is prepared to leave behind the known and walk boldly into a spiritual realm where divine love, shelter, and authority await. There is urgency in this transition, and the pace of change is accelerating. You must be attentive and willing to respond when the invitation arrives. Before we continue, take just a few seconds to demonstrate your readiness. Press the like icon. Confirm your commitment by joining our community of enlightened souls, and comment the number 99, a sacred numeral that aligns your intention with the frequency of transformation. If you are truly among those chosen, you won't stop watching until this message concludes. Your innermost being understands the significance. If you're not prepared, this moment may pass you by, but if you are, your reality will never be the same again. The Eternal is calling, and it's time to prepare yourself for an ascension. Are you willing to step into the life prepared for you? Then let us begin. Each chosen being encounters a pivotal moment when the divine voice breaks through the noise of daily life, not with a roar, but with a gentle yet irresistible beckoning. This summons does not resemble ordinary invitations. It is holy, emerging directly from the Creator, reaching into the core of who you are, insisting you make yourself ready for a metamorphosis that defies physical experience. The very structure of the cosmos begins to align in your favor, declaring that your ascent is near. Regardless of how equipped you feel, this sacred message is both an offer and a confirmation. You are being asked to depart from chaos, distractions, and the weight of this world, and walk into a place of serenity, divine affection, and unending mission. This is not a universal call. It is meant for those few who have endured hardship, stood tall in adversity, and come through refined by struggle. You have been prepared across your entire existence, through experiences visible and hidden, with every setback and every challenge forming the staircase to this moment. You now face a doorway into change, ready to abandon the outdated and claim a fate so radiant it surpasses the limits of imagination. Picture yourself at the break of day, sunlight touching the earth with gentle fire. This is the dawn your soul has waited for. The world may not grasp its depth, others might recoil in fear, but within you lies the certainty the moment has arrived. It's time to answer the loving invitation and walk confidently into the plan tailored for you by the divine since the very start. From your first breath, your essence was destined for more than what this material realm could provide. Though beautiful and painful, the world was never intended to be your resting place. Those marked by divine favor carry an internal flame, a divine residue that seeks reunion with its origin. Your tribulations served a purpose. They were the fire that shaped your inner self, preparing you to cross from the seen to the mysterious. It's not uncommon to feel estranged in this existence. That discomfort signals your soul's awareness that its true residence lies elsewhere. You've observed the cruelty and indifference that often defines life here. Being dismissed, misunderstood, or cast aside has left scars upon your heart. Yet every painful moment contributed to deepening your longing for something purer, a realm where justice, love, and clarity prevail. You were never meant to remain ensnared in cycles of chaos. The divine blueprint is calling you forward, showing you that your passage lies beyond the confusion of earthly life. Let that bring you peace. You were never a mistake. Your unique path, forged in perseverance and belief, was chosen with intention. Though the process has been long and sometimes heavy, liberation is near. You'll soon cast off the bonds that tied you to a lesser version of your story and step into the purpose that was always meant to be yours. Parting ways with the world is never easy. It's been your place of learning, your battleground, and your temporary home, but this parting isn't sorrowful. It holds sacred beauty, a recognition of all you've overcome and a joyful embrace of who you're becoming. As the illusions of this world slip away, so do the anxieties and self-doubt. You're about to pass into a realm where nothing can suppress your light or shrink your spirit. Whether this shift emerges during your current life as a spiritual awakening, or later as a transition into eternity, the meaning remains the same. The Creator is inviting you home. Soon, the clamor and confusion of the physical world will fade, replaced by the comforting presence of divine serenity. Picture a caterpillar transforming into a radiant being with wings. This is your becoming. Letting go of your past form is not an end but a birth into freedom. It is a hallowed moment, heavy with divine purpose, and it is unfolding now. Whether you feel equipped or unsure, the heavenly strategy is already in motion. This rare and precious calling is not for the multitudes. It is for those who have elevated themselves spiritually, the small segment of souls whose readiness resonates with the divine signal. This was never a coincidence. It was preordained. This message found its way to you because your spirit has arrived at this elevated threshold. You sense a deep, unmistakable pull within your heart, a still and persistent knowing that your journey stretches beyond what can be touched or seen. It's a truth so powerful that only a few ever realize it. Many are trapped in illusion, lost in endless desires, but those who hear the whisper have lived with different priorities. They've embraced sacrifice, cultivated trust, and held steadfast through countless spiritual trials. They've walked through fire and proven their readiness, and if you're hearing this message, it's because you've done the same. Your awareness, even if faint, is your confirmation. The heavens have observed your path and acknowledged your devotion. You are part of a distinguished company, called to step beyond the known and awaken to your full spiritual stature. This mission is unlike any other. It carries with it divine recognition and purpose that overshadows every earthly accolade. Throughout your time here, God has been silently guiding each footstep. Your missteps were never unseen, your victories never ignored. Every low point and every triumph was part of a divine design aimed at elevating you. Now, after all you've endured, the moment of divine repayment draws near. But this isn't about wealth or status. The gifts that await you are eternal, unshakable peace, boundless joy, and a reason for existence that echoes into eternity. You will enter into a space where your soul is fully known and treasured. Your pain will no longer be a burden, but a badge of victory. You will be wrapped in a love that never fades, a peace that requires no explanation. No longer will you walk with the weight of earthbound battles. Instead, you will stand uplifted, adored for the resilience and faith you've shown. Each trial you weathered was a spiritual test orchestrated by God to determine your readiness. Temptations, doubts, anguish, and isolation, they were all parts of your divine training. These were never arbitrary afflictions. They were the sacred curriculum that molded you into the vessel now deemed worthy of advancement. And now that you've emerged from those fires, stronger and purified, a new chapter opens. This isn't just the next step, it's a divine promotion, elevating you to a higher purpose. Think of it as your spiritual commencement, a formal induction into a life of greater meaning. You are no longer simply a traveler in this realm. You've become a guardian of the divine, entrusted with deeper wisdom, broader purpose, and unconditional love. This new role is wrapped in reverence and marked with spiritual power. You will be given insight and fortitude beyond earthly explanation. This is your hour to accept who you truly are. Walk forward with grace and boldness, knowing that what supports you is not your own strength, but the everlasting mercy of your Creator. The trials of your past are behind you. The door ahead is open. Yet the path goes onward into realms unknown, where elevation signifies the reward of unwavering belief and patience, proof that destiny is delicately and deliberately unfolding through your life. The domain that now calls you defies all conventional comprehension. It exists beyond time, beyond logic, and within a space where the spirit touches the divine in its rawest form. As you rise to this new level, you release the noise and disorder of the tangible realm, stepping gently into a sanctuary of pure radiance, compassion, and eternal calm. In this sacred space, God's reality is palpable, and your soul is no longer confined, but soars unrestricted. This evolution is not just of spirit, it alters everything about your being. Those habits, fears, and uncertainties that once clung to you dissolve like fog under the morning sun. In this higher place, you are embraced as a treasured creation of the divine, welcomed into a life of unending purpose and sacred delight. A boundless energy from the Creator infuses you, renewing every part of your essence. Picture being enveloped in a warmth that goes far beyond any earthly affection. Divine presence that restores and comforts to your core. It is here your spirit is cradled, where it heals, where it flourishes freely. As your ascent continues, every motion brings you closer to your destiny's fulfillment. Too many times the world fails to notice the beauty of a sincere heart. You may have walked unrecognized, your efforts taken for granted, your pain hidden. But these wounds shaped your path and led you toward an honor far beyond anything the world can offer. Human admiration is fleeting, but the recognition that awaits in the realm of God is eternal and steadfast. Though some may have overlooked your gifts or misunderstood your silence, the divine has always perceived your truth. The sting of invisibility on earth will be replaced by the glory of being seen by heaven. You have walked through trials with love still intact, and for that, heaven awaits you with open arms. Your value does not rest on what others see, but on what your Maker has always known. The welcome that awaits you is not one of mere acknowledgement. It is a celebration of your soul's enduring worth. Earth's rejection pales in the face of the Creator's everlasting embrace. You have reached a place of true spiritual evolution, a summit that few ever come to. It's not about how much you know or how long you've lived, it's about the state of your inner being, prepared to release the former self and step completely into divine intent. You've come to the end of a sacred passage, ready to move from temporal journeying into eternal belonging. Your arrival at this point is a powerful confirmation of your trust in the sacred road you've traveled. You've developed resilience, compassion, understanding, and unshakable faith through countless seasons. What once looked like obstacles were really stepping stones. Now the path widens, inviting you to venture beyond the limits of the known. This isn't a closure, but a brilliant continuation. You carry all that you've learned and all you've become into a new role of sacred significance. Your soul is alert, and the divine dimensions rejoice at your approach. To be selected by the divine is the utmost privilege. You are not only held dearly, but also tasked with a sacred undertaking. To serve in the higher planes is to be part of God's luminous plan, to radiate love, renewal, and truth to others. This calling goes beyond what the world considers labor. It is a divine partnership, your will aligned with heaven's intention. To serve here is to work in God's sacred garden, where your talents bloom in alignment with cosmic purpose. You'll be entrusted with missions that mirror your deepest strengths, all part of the divine tapestry unfolding. This role carries great importance but even greater joy, for each act becomes a channel for divine presence. Imagine existing in a place where every move pulses with sacred meaning, where your efforts lift others and bring order to creation's rhythm. This is not a weight to bear. It is a gift, a chance to give yourself back to the source. It is the reason your soul was fashioned. You are adored by the eternal, and your service will reflect that timeless love. Change often stirs fear, especially when it pulls us away from the familiar. But this change is like no other. It is a movement toward complete unity with divine intention, where anxiety disappears in the presence of holy certainty. You do not walk alone into the unknown. God's presence surrounds you like armor, escorting you into the divine current. Now is the time to lean into courage, not the absence of fear, but a surrender to God's unerring guidance. Your soul has been molded for this very passage. Feel the quiet assurance in your heart as you let go, drifting peacefully into what lies ahead. This is not a loss. It's a perfect union of soul and mission. Accept this moment with calm and faith. It is a step into holy fulfillment, a sacred transition into the heart of divine purpose. No fear can remain here, only readiness, hope, and the deep joy of merging again with the divine. In sacred time, specific hours carry tremendous spiritual resonance. Around the 12th hour, be it symbolic or literal, the separation between realities becomes thinner, and divine alignment is most intense. This time has always marked holy change. Midnight and midday have long been viewed as turning points, gateways of passage where transformation occurs. It is no coincidence but divine orchestration, ensuring your crossing is in sync with heaven's rhythm. At this hour you will feel most in tune with the eternal flow. Prepare within, for this sacred moment will be your soul's leap into origin. Let go with peace, for the divine's timing is flawless. The 12th hour is the threshold of the forever, and you will walk through it surrounded by grace. Departing your earthly form may seem overwhelming, but it is not an absence. It is a radiant return. Your essence, unbounded and full of divine light, moves beyond the confines of the body to unite with its eternal home. The body is only a temporary container. Your true self is infinite, woven from divine brilliance. As you release these limitations, you awaken into your truest form, unbroken and radiant. This is not departure, it is freedom, the culmination of your soul's deepest yearning. Visualize your spirit ascending far beyond earthly sight, embraced by a love that erases all sorrow and fear. You'll enter a realm where your essence glows freely, where your entire being vibrates with sacred joy. This isn't an end, but the opening of a never-ending voyage. Perhaps your inner light has been obscured by life's heaviness, your fire dimmed by hardship, but now that light is expanding, shining unrestrained. It is the light of divine favor, sustained by trust and trial. Your moment to radiate fully has come. Your light, distinct and vital, is a living thread of the Creator's endless imagination. It heals, it uplifts, it brings wisdom. As you rise, it will no longer be hidden beneath fear. It will blaze with purpose. This is what you were meant for. Let this light grow and wrap around your heart. It is evidence of your becoming. Let it saturate your soul. This brilliance was never meant to be silenced. It was always destined to shine and change everything it touches. Every farewell opens a door to something new, and this ultimate goodbye to the tangible world is no exception. Though it may feel like loss, it is the beginning of something immeasurable, a life without limits, saturated in divine affection, harmony, and endless wonder. This turning point is your soul's crossing from the temporal to the infinite. To say farewell is sacred. It acknowledges all that you've lived, loved, and endured. It is a moment of letting go and stepping fully into your divine identity. Even as those here grieve, your spirit rejoices. It returns to where it has always belonged, into the arms of the one who never left your side. Know that this step is not disappearance, but reunion. It is not an ending, but the unveiling of eternity. You are forever held in divine memory, and the heavens welcome you back with a joy that has no end. What you are about to enter is not merely a moment of change, but a magnificent unveiling of what has always awaited your soul. When your spirit steps into the presence of the divine, it enters an entirely new expression of eternity, where boundaries fade and limitless liberty begins. This shift initiates a journey where the soul unfolds in beauty unknown to this world. It's not an end but a radiant rebirth, bathed in the brilliance of the sacred, where your real odyssey starts. Wrapped in mercy, meaning, and affection, this moment removes the weights of time and struggle, awakening the spirit to its endless brilliance. All the desires once carried in your heart, every tear that fell unnoticed, now find renewal in this realm beyond comprehension. You are no longer the identity others perceived. Now you are the everlasting, glorious child of the Creator, ready to inherit the splendor prepared for you. The glory of this divine initiation is that it never fades. It holds no fear, no sorrow, only the steady foundation of truth that exists beyond mortality. As your soul enters this place, it becomes one with the eternal, a state so profound that words fall short. It is not merely continuation, it is the grand emergence of your true self. This is the moment where your spirit finds its fullest expression in the nearness of God. Keep in your heart the certainty that this beginning is your intended destination. No matter the hardships endured, the celestial realm stands ready to embrace you with open arms and boundless peace. This is the dawn of your everlasting horizon, a place overflowing with serenity, joy, and perfect love. Let your soul overflow with anticipation as you draw near to this remarkable crossing. Each soul enters the world accompanied by a sacred agreement, a divine outline designed to guide its growth, trials, and elevation throughout life. At this juncture, your divine assignment is complete. You have journeyed through the appointed lessons with integrity and courage. This culmination is not a finish line, but a sacred elevation into a higher calling written into eternity. To have fulfilled your divine outline is to possess the wisdom and strength needed to engage in the eternal workings of heaven. Earthly duties are no longer your burden. Instead, you now stand ready to step into a grander destiny, one rooted in divine authority. This new calling is not confined by self-interest. It is expansive, serving the greater good, illuminating the cosmos with your soul's light. The path now stretching before you has no end. It is vast and brilliant. You will become an instrument of divine energy, echoing grace throughout creation. Your mission has evolved, not ceased. Let that understanding bring a profound peace. You have contributed fully, and now you are lifted into a purpose that carries no end, no sorrow, only love. This is a turning point, from tasks completed to divine assignments that echo through time. Visualize a sacred throne awaiting your spirit, a place crafted by the hand of the Almighty, inscribed with your very essence. This is not poetic imagination. It is a real dwelling prepared in love and holiness. It is your eternal place of peace, glory, and rest in the very presence of the divine. It signifies more than arrival, it is acknowledgement. A reward for all you have borne in silence and faith. Though overlooked in life, heaven has always beheld your soul with deep reverence. Every whispered prayer, each quiet act of kindness, has been etched into the records of eternity. Your dwelling in the divine sphere is unshakable, a testament to how deeply you are treasured. This promise is not only of rest but of empowerment, your soul's true throne. Keep this certainty close as you continue on. In heaven you are not merely known, you are honored. When you take your place, the immensity of divine love will be unveiled to you, wrapping your soul in reverence and belonging. All of heaven has made ready for your arrival. Your heavenly assignment sets you apart, chosen for something beyond the scope of worldly eyes. God has begun to gently draw you away from all that distracts and dims your spirit, leading you into the place where your soul can shine freely. This divine selection is part of a process that purifies and lifts you higher. To be chosen is to be fully seen, your efforts, your faith, your sacrifices recognized and celebrated by heaven. It is not about personal status, but about sacred duty. Though the world may never understand your path, the heavens do, and they prepare to crown you with a joy that outshines anything known on earth. You are being called to shed every weight, fear, doubt, attachment, and step unencumbered into divine brilliance. God is elevating you not just to survive but to reign in His presence, forever beloved and blessed. This shift may seem daunting, but it is love leading you to your rightful inheritance. Walk with assurance. This sacred separation is a gateway into eternity's embrace. There is an essential truth to grasp. This transformation is not death, but a holy rising. What may appear to the physical world as an end is actually a divine beginning. You ascend now into higher planes, unrestricted by flesh and time. Your spirit does not perish, it is released to return home. Ascension is the sacred act of your truest self being reunited